Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to finally hop back into Go Battle League, and we're going to actually be using Necrozma Dawn Wings in the Ultra League to see what it can do here. I wouldn't really recommend it, but we're just going to have a little fun here. So we're actually going to have to activate the adventure effects for this so we can evolve this into Lunala during the daytime, and there you go. I got some use out of it, first time using it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and fuse it. We're going to go with the Shadow here, seeing that the IVs are a little bit on the lower end here, so we'll just go ahead and make do with this and have a little fun. Now, we are going to be going with Outrage for a while. Of course, we do have Moongeist Beam, but towards the end or the middle, we are actually going to be going with the Dark Pulse, okay? We're going to be pairing it up with Ampharos, that does have a Brutal Swing as well as Trailblaze, and Tapu Fini, that is going to have Nature's Madness as well as Surf. Alright, so let's have a little fun here and see what we can do. Just keep this in mind, if you do plan to do this as well, it's going to be very squishy, as you're going to see here. I did need to make another fusion for my task, because of course I did them before I got to that page for the event that we did have. So yeah, I was able to complete that. But with that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. We haven't done any Go Battle League in a while, so let's have a little fun and see what we have going on here. All right, Registeel, not particularly the best. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Necrozma. They're going to be swapping into Poliwrath. We're going to throw the Outrage here, and not too many people are going to be expecting the Outrage, and we weren't quite at Moongeist Beam, so unexpected there. All right, sounds good. And we're going to go ahead and swap into the Tapu Fini and just absorb all of the debuffing that they're going to do to us here. Well, at least the one. Let's see if they... All right, they're letting that go, and they're getting to another one. So another Icy win, I would assume. All right, so we're down by 2 stages for our attack here. That's okay, that's no problem at all. We're just going to go straight for the Surf. There's really no point in lowering the attack at this point, because they're still going to do quite a bit of damage. I mean, we could make it so we do survive the Zap Cannon, technically, if we did hit him with the Nature's Madness, and then we do bring in the Necrozma here. We would be able to survive that, but what we're going to do is just Shadow Claw them all the way down before they actually get to their next charge move here, because we're just doing extreme amounts of damage, and we're taking that win there, and we're looking good. Most of the time, you are going to need a shield, but if shields are down on their end, oh, you're going to be able to destroy them with this thing here. All right, so we are met with a Heliolisk. All right. So we're going to have to kind of just hold the line here, because we don't really want to go up against this with our Tapu Fini. And since that thing is going to be part normal, we don't really want to go up against it with our Necrozma Dawn Wings. So we're just going to go ahead and see what we can do here and shield this up. They hit me with Breaking Swipe a couple of times, but they did not drop my attack once. So we're going to be able to take that win here, still with a decent amount of health, bringing in Skeledirge and getting to the Brutal Swing, which I would expect we're going to be getting a shield out of them since we raised our attack, and we're going to be getting their last shield. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Tapu Fini here to just absorb the Shadow Ball and see what they're going to swap into. They're going to hold the line for a second. We're going to go ahead and throw that Surf, which is not going to be enough, unfortunately. But since we still do have Outrage, if there is a Dark type in the back, we should be able to handle that. So let's just see here. And it is going to be a Tapu Fini. So, of course, we don't want to go for Outrage. So we're going to build up all the way to that Moongeist Beam and pretty much one-shot it, hitting me with Nature's Madness, lowering my attack or defense. And we're going to go ahead and go straight for that and take the win with the shiny. All right. Pretty cool looking. All right, next game. What are we going to see? A Tapu Fini. This is going to be a fantastic lead for us here. What are they going to swap into? It is going to be a Skeledirge. So I immediately swap into my Necrozma, and I accidentally went into this. I should have went into Tapu Fini, because at least that way I can let these moves go and still be able to take them out. But unfortunately, I bring this in, so we're down a shield. Not looking the best, but we'll just have to make do here. We do have Dark Pulse at this time, so hey, this is looking pretty good for me. Good against the Skeledirge, good against the Giratina here, and we're going to be getting a shield right before they do take me down. So at least we did make up for that, and now we're back on track to winning this here. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Tapu Fini, as we're going to be good up against them with that Nature's Madness, hitting me with the Shadow Sneak. And we just kind of want to wait for them to swap. As soon as they do, we bring in our we bring in our Ampharos up against their Tapu Fini, and we're going to be set to win, no problem at all. Hitting in with that Nature's Madness, they swap, and then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Now we are going to be going for the Trailblaze, because shield or not, but they let it go, which really kind of surprised me. But what we would have done is they would have shielded that up. We would have still done more damage with our quick move, and it's super effective. It just would have been a little bit more effective in that way. All right, bringing in that Giratina, we're going to go ahead and just throw the Brutal Swing here. We will survive whatever they throw, and we should be able to even get to the next charge move here. Oh, unfortunately not. Can the Tapu Fini take the win with the Water Gun? And we do. Looking good, and moving it on to our next game here. Ampharos in the lead up against a Kyurem. All right, well, oof. This is not the worst, I suppose, I guess, but their quick move's not very effective, so that's not too great. So hitting them with a Brutal Swing, of course, just doing as much damage as possible. We are going to shield this up, Glaciate more than likely, and yeah, now our stats are down, our attack specifically, so we are going to be doing a lot less, and they are shielding that up. They could Dragon Breath us down here, but they are just going to go ahead and throw, and we're looking okay there as far as that energy. We're just going to bring in the Tapu Fini to farm them down here. They could hit me with a Glaciate to lower my attack. More than likely, that's what they would do. Yeah, exactly. And we're just going to Water Gun them down, build up a lot of energy right before they get to their next charge move here. Now, more than likely, we're going to we're just going to have to swap. We don't want to do anything with that attack drop that we did get. And they do have a Poliwrath, so we're going to let this go, calling an Icy Wind. And we have a massive resistance against the counter, so we don't really have to worry about getting farmed down in that regard. Going for the Moongeist Beam, doing a lot of damage, but not quite enough to take them out, because Poliwrath is pretty tanky, and they did lower my attack. Hitting me with a Scold, I do shield it up, bringing in Mewtwo, knowing that I kind of need to really put on the pressure with this Necrozma here up against this Mewtwo. They let the first Dark Pulse go. Wow, I couldn't believe that. Okay. Hitting him with another one, still holding on to their shields. We're going to go ahead and go for the Nature's Madness here to lower their attack so we can survive whatever they throw at us here. Probably a Psy Strike. Yep. And we get to the Surf, because we had all that energy built up, and we'll take that win, and we're looking good. That was a close one there. Good game. Moving it on to our next opponent. What are we going to see here? A shiny Articuno. Man, those things just look so cool. Alrighty, so this is obviously a good matchup for us here, and more than likely they're going to be hitting us with an Icy Wind and lowering our stats, our attack, and we'll go ahead and shield up this first one here as they shielded up my first Brutal Swing, but we're obviously now going to be doing less damage, so let's see what we can do. I do believe they barely take this win with about like 1 HP. All right, and yeah, well, they've got about 5 or so, okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring in the Necrozma to start farming them down here, and they do have a Cresselia, which is still fantastic for us. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Dark Pulse. Felt like they might have shielded this, and of course they let it go. Of course they do. So we're going to go ahead and actually use our last shield here. It is a Moonblast. Pretty much would have taken us out there, and they do have a Giratina in the back. We're going to throw that and then build up a little bit of energy and catch a Dragon Claw. See if we caught a Dragon Claw here. Oh yeah, very good, very good, very good. So they're shieldless, and so are we. We did build up a little bit of energy on the Necrozma before we did swap it out, so we are looking pretty nice there, and should be able to get to that charge move up against the Cresselia at a later time here. So we're going to go for that Nature's Madness, keep on going. We're going to farm them down at this point. There's no need to throw. They can hit me with the Shadow Sneak all they want, no problem. Bringing in that Cresselia, and I think the Tapu Fini is actually going to be able to finish off the job here. All right, down goes the Cresselia, and down goes the Giratina with Water Gun. Sounds good to me. Moving it on here, we've got a couple more battles for you. Met with a mirror match, Shadow Ampharos versus Shadow Ampharos. So in my last video, I was telling you, Shadow Ampharos is something you definitely want to invest in. Pretty good Pokemon here. And the nice part about this is you don't even need its Community Day move, Dragon Pulse, because, I mean, it's just better off with these moves if you're using it in the Ultra League, particularly here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Brutal Swing. They used a shield. We didn't. That's perfectly fine. We're going to have to shield this up here, but what I was thinking is at least I'm going to be able to start building up the energy on the Necrozma, so hopefully there's something we're strong against here, and it is going to be a Shadow Blossom. Okay, it's this battle. All right, so they really thought they're going to get one on me here, I do believe. It was getting pretty crazy. So we built up quite a bit of energy to the Moongeist Beam, going for the Dark Pulse. They let it go. We get to the next one. They catch with the Poliwrath. That was a good catch, I will admit. Very good catch. Okay, you got me there. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Tapu Fini to take care of the situation. But we have to remember that Necrozma's got no health. We got like, what, 1 Shadow Claw, 2 Shadow Claws at best before they do just take us out with Bullet Seed. and then we're weak against it with our Tapu Fini, and they did build up energy. So they do have that Leaf Blade. We've seen them throw it. So we're going Nature's Madness. The reason why I didn't hit any of those bubbles, no, it's not lagging, is so that I can build up this energy here. Now, this Scold is going to pretty much just about take me out, and I thought I screwed up, but it was just enough. Just enough. Of course, we're going to shield this up. We're going to immediately go for the next one before they take me out with that Shadow Bullet Seed Stab. And then, still not enough, bring in the Necrozma, take them out immediately, and then down goes the Poliwrath. And no, not winning today, buddy. All right, next game. What are we going to see with the Ampharos? A Shadow Feraligatr, another hard-hitting, definitely something you want on your team. They're going to be swapping into Umbreon, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Dark-type Defender, which is going to be that Tapu Fini here. Nature's Madness is such a nice update and upgrade for the whole family of these Tapus. Definitely really good here. All right, so we don't really need to worry about the last resort too much. I mean, it is starting to add up here. I mean, you can let it go and then you'll get taken out if you slack too much here, but we'll go ahead and just go for that Surf while we're still in the yellow. And we would have made it to the Nature's Madness, so they're going to go ahead and just throw their Hydro Cannon here to take us out. And of course, we're going to be bringing in Ampharos. They immediately swap into their Skeledirge. So I figured, all right, cool. We're going to go ahead and throw the Dark Pulse, and then we'll swap into our Necrozma to do a ton of damage with Shadow Claw here. Although we do need to be careful on the timing in which they can get their quick moves through so that they don't get to too many too quick before we do run out of shields here. So we'll go ahead and let that first Disarming Voice go, as I figured I'd be able to make it to the next one here. Not quite. They're going to be able to get to their charge move. That's all right. We planned it this way. So we'll bring in the Ampharos, we'll simply shield this up, and then we'll just, hit the next Pokemon with a charge move and take the win. And we're looking great. It is, of course, going to be water, so we'll go for the Trailblaze here. Not enough to take them out. One more quick move is enough, but that Skeletor doesn't have any charge move ready to go, so we're looking pretty good by shielding that up and taking them out. Ampharos taking the win there for us at the end. Next game, what are we going to see here? A Giratina. We've been here before, and again, this is another reason why Ampharos is so stinking good. Now, yeah, you could take some damage. It's Shadow. You're obviously going to be taking a little bit more, but you hit so stinking hard. You can pretty much take out a Giratina with 2 of these brutal swings here, which is pretty awesome, seeing that Giratina is one of the tankiest Pokemon. All right, so we'll let that Dragon Claw go because we've been in this situation before, knowing we're going to be able to survive. It's just a matter if they want to, and they do. Sounds good to me. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Tapu Fini here, since we are going to allow them to just hit us with their charge moves. It's not going to really do too much. Ancient Power, okay, it's neutral, no problem. And we'll let another one go so we can build up just that much more energy. Seeing that they are shieldless. Oh, no, they got 1 shield left. Okay. Well, they're down a shield. All right, we still have the Necrozma Dawn Wings, so we're going to be looking pretty okay, I hope, as long as there's no Dark type. It is a Swampert. That quick move's not going to be able to take us out, so we're just going to go straight for the Nature's Madness here, lowering that defense. And we're going to let this go, and it's going to be all up to the star of the show here with 2 shields. Let's see what we can do, have a little fun. They have Cobalion. So far, so freaking good. All we have to do is land that Moongeist Beam here and call the Stone Edge. All right, looking good. Now, we still do need to be careful because that Swampert can spam the hell out of us with that Hydro Cannon, and we do not have too much health, so they will take us out. So what we're going to do here is we're going to call the first Hydro Cannon, which is not enough. And we are still holding on to that 1 shield. We're perfectly fine. We just need to build up to 2 Dark Pulses, and that's about a wrap. They'll shield this up. We'll hit the next one, and we take the win. And we're looking good here. So, Moongeist, pretty strong, pretty stinking strong. Takes forever to get there. All right, but I have fun using this thing. Definitely, I wouldn't say gimmicky. It's just the Ultra League. We already all know it's great in the Master League. Next game, another Feraligatr. Okay, they're going to be swapping into their own Ampharos here. We are going to go for the Brutal Swing, and they're going to go for theirs as well. It's probably best that we just stay right where we're at here. Just do as much damage as possible. The Tapu Fini can go up against the Feraligatr. That Shadow Claw is going to be doing a whole hell of a lot to our Necrozma, though, so we do need to be careful on that. As a matter of fact, I think I do end up going up against it with the Necrozma, so you can see that damage. All right, so at this point, I think we do go in here with the Tapu Fini and farm them down. All right, bring in that Feraligatr, please. A Gramble. Okay, this works. This sounds great. So we're going to lower that defense here. More than likely, they're going to use that last shield. Yeah, we're still holding on to 2, but we will be able to get to that Surf before they decide to throw, and this will be enough because we did lower their defense. Yep, we're going to have the showdown between Necrozma and that Feraligatr. And we're just going to have to get to the Dark Pulse. I think I actually build up to the Moongeist Beam here just for good measure, okay? But it was pretty close. But we're going to be able to get there and take the win. And we're looking good, still holding on to 1 shield as well. All right, next game, what are we going to see here with that Ampharos? Another Ampharos, okay, but theirs is going to be normal. So, of course, they're going to be taking less damage. More than likely, they will be winning this matchup here, but that's okay. That's all right. It's not always a bad thing. So we're going to go ahead and throw again. We timed it so that they can't sneak a quick move through here. Trying to do it the best that we can, but unfortunately, they have 1 HP, so quite literally, yeah, we can't take this unless we shield, which I'm not going to. I don't really want to use that shield. So we're just going to go ahead and bring in the Tapu Fini to take them out. And they're bringing in Sand Slash, which is a good sign here. This is not necessarily like a really good counter up against me. We'll just simply throw that Surf, hitting me with a Drill Run here. Now, we do have to keep in mind that that thing does have Shadow Claw, and it is Shadow. It's doing a lot, and we're 4 times weak to Ghost with the Necrozma, so we have to be kind of cautious here. So we will let this go because I decided, all right, they're probably up hitting me with an Ice Punch. Couldn't believe the call, and they immediately swap into Poliwrath. Now, this is going to be an Ice Punch here. We are going to shield it up, or Icy Wind. You know what I mean. Icy Wind. And we're going to fake them out. Hopefully, we get a shield. This is Moongeist Beam. Better shield up. And they do, in fact. Sounds good to me. So our attack is down by 1. Now, we're not going to really be doing too much here. This is getting a little bit risky. I do not know how in the hell I'm going to pull this crap off here, but we are going to try to make it happen. See if we can get another shield out of them. And we do. They're swapping to catch a Dark Pulse. Our attack is down, but it's still going to be enough to take them out. And I think I swap here, and we get off the Nature's Madness because we have energy built up, and we will be able to take the win. Folks, there you go. Just having a little fun with Necrozma Dawn Wings in the Ultra League. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. As a matter of fact, we do get a 5-0 here with the last set using the Necrozma Dawn Wings. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.